Hollis Clothing. I'm here with Mandi English and Me Boutique. We're at 909 Central Avenue. Definitely come check her out. She's across the street from White Rabbit. As you can see, I need a little bit of assistance. We'll work on that later. I'm also plain face for a reason. The makeup case is down there. We're going to see if we can get her to do a little something over here. All right. Well, I came across Mandi on Facebook in the My City Magazine group, because she now works for My City Magazine as well. She's going to be doing fashion and other things as well as me. Obviously, hopefully we'll bring two different perspectives, which will make it even more interesting. I thought she was really cute, and she's even cuter in person, which you will see in just a second. I guess I'll just dive into it. So right now she has on a fedora, which is really cute, by the way. Very, very, very cute. How would you define your style? Or do you feel as though you can define it?
Oh, I don't know. That's a hard one. I think I'm kind of a hippie at heart, but I like to have that a little more refined, so maybe hippie chic.
Hippie chic.
We can go with that one.
I definitely can go with that. That's something that definitely appeals to me as well. I don't think I pull it off as well. I do this odd in between. It's like, yes, I can pull. I don't really see myself in a business suit. Could I make it work? Absolutely. Could I make some type of drapey peasant top and well, I mean, my hair is never greasy necessarily, but you know, they're kind of a little bit grungy, like I possibly just rolled in the grass and just want to frolic and do flowers or something. I'm pretty sure I could pull that off. I'm a fan of wrinkles. I hate ironing. That's why I have the shirt on, nice and colored. Did you know I didn't iron it? Of course you didn't, because the pattern hides it. Is there any particular era or culture or individual who inspires you in what you like to wear?
You know, I don't know. I used to be really into going through Vogue magazine and, you know, all the Cosmopolitan, you know, all those magazines and kind of picking out something and getting ideas. But I just, more than anything now, just kind of grab something that speaks to me and I throw it on. Like, I love weird combinations like boots and shorts or drapey shirts and narrow pants. Like, I love things to just kind of not be too form-fitting. I like for things to be comfortable. I mean, I stand on my feet and do hair all day, so everything needs to be comfortable. Shoes need to be comfortable, and I have 3 kids, so I don't have time for a bunch of things. Need to feel like a t-shirt.
Right.
And so more than anything, I don't really go to a specific designer anymore, even though there's some really great ones out there that design things that are, if I had the money for some of that stuff, I would definitely have.
Right.
But I'm more of a, hey, that looks really cute. I think that I can pull that off. Is it comfortable? Kind of girl now. I mean, I'm almost 40. I've done the whole, like, very structured.
I would never know that.
Thank you. I've done the structured style. I've done the specific designer kind of look. I've done the high heels. I've done all that. But now I'm kind of, I just need things to be really comfortable.
Right. Yeah, I heard you mention your kids. I understand that I know it's huge in being comfortable and all that good stuff. Obviously, I have 2 kids of my own, and so like that definitely kind of brings it down. Like, of course, you know, I got these shoes on today, but obviously they aren't running behind me.
Right.
So it's not necessarily that big of a deal at all. But it's mostly just about, as far as when I get dressed, it's all about how I feel. What exactly is your process for getting dressed in the morning? What goes through your head when you're picking out an outfit?
What's clean?
You don't have one.
It's when I go to pick out something, I do a lot of on-site hair makeup too, and you have to be able to binge and kneel and get into your job, and it's really hard to do that unless you are comfortable. But I love, I have a couple favorite pieces, and this shirt is one of them because it kind of goes over everything. But more than anything, when I'm picking up clothes in the morning, I'm like, am I going to be hot, cold, comfortable? And honestly, what's clean? Because we have 3 kids and I'm always doing laundry. And you see us busy because my phone's not suffering.
I understand. And you also, you're from Morganton. I've never been to Morganton. I'm a native of Charlotte, and I pretty much...
Never been to Morganton?
No, I've never been to Morganton. I've driven through Locust, through Midland, and places like that. I'm not sure if it's in the direction of Morganton. my grandparents live in Albemarle, used to live in Norwood, so it's like the most I've done is travel through some of those small towns. And I've been to a few other states on the East Coast, but not really. I'm just a Charlotte girl for the most part, and stick mostly to the East side. So as far as in Morganton, is there anything there style-wise at all?
Oh my gosh, the only thing in Morganton is really a Walmart and a hospital.
So what do you see walking down the sidewalk normally in Morganton?
Oh my gosh, people will wear their pajamas to the grocery store in Morganton. So when I go back home, because I was always kind of fashion forward, I think, for what was going on there, because there wasn't a fashion thing. I mean, I remember when I got some cross colors pieces, then I was it. Like, everybody thought I was the coolest thing. And when I dressed like Mary J. Blige when I was in high school with my leggings and my combat boots, people were like, wow, she's like super edgy. So even today when I go back to Morganton, people always, I mean, you get stares everywhere you go. And I don't even think I'm that edgy. I don't think I'm way out there with my style. I guess just everybody there was jeans and t-shirts and tennis shoes everywhere they go. Like, you're lucky if you can, see somebody in something besides basic clothes. And it's just funny because I know that when I go visit, people are just, who is she? What is she doing?
I would think, being that way, that they would immediately be able to spot you and say, that's Mandi from the English family. Yeah, that's what you would think in most ways.
I don't know. I lost a lot. I lost touch with people I went to high school with just because Morganton was such a small town. I never felt like I fit in there. And I mean, I had friends, but I didn't make lifelong connections. I mean, I found these people on Facebook, and there's a couple people that live in Charlotte now that I stay in touch with, and we even do business together. Like I told you, my friend that was a friend of mine since we were 8. She owns a cake company downtown, and it's just really great for me to have come to Charlotte and made it my home and fell into closer knit groups. People that I'm friends with here in Charlotte are my friends, and they've been my friends since I was 19.
Right. And
they're all doing amazing things now. Fashion, restaurant owners, business owners, bike shop owners, restaurant owners. I mean, all these things that they do now, and it's really great to see all of us have come into doing something that we always said we were going to do, which is to own our own businesses and make Charlotte a better place for us, a better home for us.
Well, that is awesome. My segue is just all the way thrown off.
Sorry.
I'm going to go back to the Mary J. Blige real quick because that was interesting. I have a friend who likes to dress in theme. We used to work at the bank together. And she would do it when we were at work. And it was funny because I never really paid attention to it until one day she came in and she had like this big flower in her hair. And I thought about the day before and the day before and the day before, and I said, are you a flamingo dancer today? And she says, yes. How did you know? And I said, girl, if you don't stop. But I mean, at the same time, it's kind of a fun thing and it's a funny thing. We all do it from time to time. I know I do sometimes. I mean, I've never necessarily, I could never say that I necessarily went for a look. Maybe in high school, there were certain things that I may have been going for, but nowadays, like I said, I'm kind of like you. What's clean? What don't I have to iron? What's sitting in my rocking chair that possibly matches with what's sitting at the foot of my bed? Things like that. But of course, we all had that fashion profile as well. Can you give me a certain style-defining situation, or just a really horrendous style time? Describe that to me.
Oh my God. I graduated in '93, so I know that through high school, and especially being in Morganton, I was going through, and I was really into hip hop in high school. So I wore the bandanas, and I wore the cross colors, and I wore the Mary J. Blige look, and so I really went full on hip hop when I was in high school. As soon as I got out, I started working at a local club not long after moving here. I worked at Mythos, and I went through that kind of big baggy raver pants phase. So I think if I were to choose like the worst style time in my life, I mean, even though those were cute outfits, but I wore matching like tennis skirts with the perfect Adidas tennis shoe. I mean, I don't know how many pairs of Adidas I had, but it was like total raver wear, I think, is the only way to name what that style was. Because because it was always like the big Janko jeans, and the bottoms were as big as the waist, if not bigger. And with like sports bras and my Shelto Adidas. I mean, those were my outfits. And I look back at those pictures, I'm like, oh my God, it was awful. Because I don't think I could ever wear jeans that big again. I mean, they were huge. And I'm short. That is like the worst fashion faux pas, is like big wide leg pants all the way to the ground. You are 5'2". Barely. 5'1 and 3/4.
I would love to have witnessed that firsthand.
Well, I got pictures.
One
Sadly
day,
enough.
one day I want to see that. That sounds hilarious. When did you? I don't want to say. I mean, obviously it was in style at that point. It was what you felt at that point. But when did you kind of cross over into something different, or did you have that day when you looked in the mirror and you said, maybe this isn't it?
You know what I did? My grandmother gave me a ton of scarves at one point, and I started slowly going from like that whole club wear kind of thing to still wearing kind of a bell-bottomy pant with some platforms. But I started wearing the scarves as a shirt. Scarves in my hair. Scarves, you know, I kind of started finding my style, which was more of a hippie or, 70s throwback, but a more modernized version of it. So I think that was my crossover, and I just looked at some of the pictures. That's what I did. I looked at pictures and said, oh my God, I'm wearing t-shirts. I'm in my 20s. I'm trying to be a hairdresser. I want people to take me seriously, and I look like I'm dressing like a kid. And so I think that was it. I think I realized that I needed to grow up my style a little bit.
That's awesome. We all had those moments. Mine was a self-esteem thing. I finally got some and started feeling cute. Next thing you know, I had sparkly eyeshadow. I did the whole Aaliyah thing, which was weird because the whole Aaliyah thing was like middle school, and I was in high school at the time, and I had like some, I don't want to say baggy pants, but they were a little bit lower, and then kind of like a midriff t-shirt.
With the underwear hanging out?
It was cute. No, I managed to cover that part up, but it was kind of cute. In my mind it was. Yeah, I didn't hear any complaints, so I can't really say too much. Okay, well, I have a little game. My friend named it the Nameless Game because I didn't have a name for it. Clever. So now...
Appropriate.
Exactly. Now, I said I was going to do like 10 words, but that just hasn't worked out. I just like to say whatever ones I have. They're all fashion related, and you just tell me what's the first thing that comes to your head whenever I say these words. You can say a word, a phrase, a person's name, an obscenity, whatever, happens to come to your mind whenever I say these things. So, here we go. Belt.
Over your shirt.
Trouser.
Straight leg.
Scallop.
Scallop? Oh gosh. Food.
Bustier.
Sexy.
Knit.
Oh, warm sweater.
London.
Trench coat.
Crop.
Not for me.
Velcro.
Also not for me.
There's something wrong with that. Overalls.
Oh my gosh. For painting.
Fringe.
Only.
Fringe.
Ew, that reminds me of like 1920s Charleston dancer.
Okay, and we're gonna close it out with taffeta.
Oh my gosh. Funny story about that is when we did the salon photo shoot, staff photo shoot, I had a floor-length gold taffeta dress that we wore for that, and I loved it. But had I not been fitted in that by Caroline, the girl who styled us that day, I would have never picked this outfit out. But I loved it. But taffeta, really? That's what you wear when you have bridesmaids, I guess.
Right.
But it was awesome. So yeah.
And I think I'm gonna close with that. And also, I do have one more question. What would be if you right now were in your ideal place, in whatever form, whether it be a physical location or just place in life, what do you feel you'd be wearing?
Oh my gosh. I love where I am with my style, where I am here at the salon. I love the girls that I work with. The only thing I wish I could do again is wear heels to to work. It would be awesome. Because heels with skinny jeans is super hot.
What kind of heels?
Oh my gosh. You know, I had these shoes, and I can't remember the designer's name right offhand. They're my favorite shoes, but I want to be able to wear them to work again. They have like a almost an espadrille bottom, but they're high heels, and they had stars on them, and they were fabric, and they were peep toe, and they're the cutest shoes, and they sit in my closet and stare at me every day.
Oh.
But I can't wear them to work. You can only wear them to dinner.
Right.
You don't have to stand too long.
They can go have scallops.
It does count.
That'll be perfect. Well, once it's made from Babe Hollis Clothing, you can check me out at Babe Hollis, or on Instagram I'm Babe Hollis _clothing_. Also on Facebook at Babe Hollis Clothing, or Clairsean Alexander Floyd. Babe Hollis Clothing at gmail.com if you want to contact me for anything, or call me 704-303-2300. I'm at BabeHollisClothing.com. And Mandi, where can we find you?
We blog at MandiEnglish.com. We have a Me Boutique page that has all the salon information on that. Mandi English, Mandi Murrow English on Facebook. And you can call us at the salon, 704-644-0070.
Well, thank you, Alvin, my cameraman. It's Babe Hollis for My City magazine, interviewing Mandi English, who's also with My City magazine.